and you're watching my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy. This is episode 18 of This Old Shack. This is Casper. You probably remember Casper for some of the first videos. Casper came with the house. So at the moment, we're still fixing up this shack, and it's coming pretty fast, right? But I am currently using this space, as we're still living in the barn house, as a studio for my painting and whatnot. But today I want to talk to you about how I am approaching fixing up the house. And people, constantly talk about how much money we're going to have to pour into the house. But I would like my internet family here to understand that I truly, deeply, from the bottom of my heart, truly expect to get most of the stuff for this house dirt cheap or totally free. We'll be paying for some contractors, electrician, plumber, full price for that stuff, but everything else, everything cosmetic, everything decor for free or dirt cheap. How do I do this? Well, I live my life as a form of art, as a form of activism. There are so many resources that I hope I clue you guys into for living on less. This cat wants to just be on this tripod. All right, so I dumpster dive a lot. Anytime I see a pile on the side of the road, I'm going through it. It is a huge resource, and it really speaks to a lot of what's wrong with our culture and our society. Overproduction, overconsumption, a lot of things made cheap, low quality, with cheap labor for people that don't have much money, but it ends up broken in a week. We do not have a culture of caring for and repairing items because everything is so mass produced that we don't have to cherish items. We have rental crisis. A lot of the neighborhoods I go through that get these piles of stuff on the curb is from evictions, or from people who have just straight up left their apartment and skipped out on it. And, luxuries like having a truck or buying a moving truck, it costs money, So dumpster diving, secondhand, community, Facebook pages, free cycle pages, the Habitat for Humanity Restore. Y'all see me, I'm always in there. I also utilize, my own natural resourcefulness and creativity and, deprogramming of my own mind from our culture, from the media we consume, the commercials, the keeping up with the Joneses thing. I don't believe my wall has to be perfectly smooth. I don't believe that things need to be any certain way. Is it comfortable? Is it functional? Is it pleasing to my artist's eye? Is it useful? Not, by any standard or norm that society has constructed, that things are supposed to be a certain way. Back when I was just making clean with me videos and not fixing up the house, I remember I did one video on linoleum appreciation. You do not see linoleum on TV, but most of us have it. You see all these ceramic tile floors and polished wood. You don't see linoleum. Linoleum's just fine. And I guarantee most of us have linoleum. Okay, y'all? So, it's about deprogramming your mind and being super resourceful. This not only keeps you out of debt so that you are not chained to a 9-to-5 job where maybe you're being treated unfairly. When you are not chained to debt, the bosses don't have the power over you to keep you in unfair conditions. The bosses don't have the power to keep you underpaid when you are not chained to debt. Okay, so we bought this house debt-free, and I'm going to show y'all how I and my partner are fixing her up for dirt cheap. Now, he believes in utilizing debt as a tool, and that can be done smartly, but in our culture, it's way overused, underthought out, okay? My partner's a thinker, but, most of our culture is being exploited. But yes, let me show you what I got off the side of the road that was heading for the dumpster. I got an antique medicine cabinet taken out of a historic home for free. Saved it from the landfill. So I got this medicine cabinet taken out of a historic home, at least 100 years old. I drive around historic districts and they'll be renovating. Look at this. Look at this little handle. Antique mirror, metal front, medicine cabinet. Antique medicine cabinet out of a historic home, at least 100 years old. Now, it was also built in with this framework around it. So I will not have to inlay this cabinet into the drywall, saw out a hole and put it in. Someone constructed this very lovely framework that can fit around this cabinet. I mean, we just got years and years and years, 100 years worth of paint, I think, around the edges here. So this is lovely, very heavy, good, solid wood. It's perfect. It's not rotting. Doesn't have roaches. Even if it did, we could clean it up on the roaches. But look at this. This is a little antique crystal doorknob. So if you peel this paint off of here, it's a little crystal doorknob. Just so beautiful. This, I barely buy things. I definitely don't buy things new and full price. I keep my eyes open, and I'm resourceful, and I will dig through garbage. Crystal doorknob, antique, beautiful. Now, out of that same garbage pile, I got this cheaper, newer, more modern medicine cabinet, okay? So, it's a perfectly fine medicine cabinet, but I'm not, drooling over it to put it in my home that I am gussying up to be a beautiful work of art. But this doesn't need to go to the landfill. This is a perfectly fine medicine cabinet. Keep it around. Maybe I can use it for a project somewhere in this house, especially before we move in here. Space is not a problem. I can store things in here. But once we move in, I'm very minimalistic for clutter and staying decluttered and keeping only what you are going to use. But this most likely, I'm just going to take to the Habitat for Humanity Restore the next time I go, donate it to them, and someone else can put this medicine cabinet in their house. Medicine cabinets are something I see turnover as I go on these shopping trips over to the Habitat Restore. They're getting them and they're selling them. People are using these. So I can do that there. Let me show you some other things in this room that I've gotten for 100% free. Everything you see here I got for free. All of this tongue and groove wood and hardware. I got that from the garbage. Y'all saw me talk about that and use some of that in past videos. This frame, I got probably about 12 antique wood frames for free off Facebook. I said, it was just on a free page, and I got 12 frames. Obviously I sell art. I could probably sell it for a little more if it was framed. So yeah, and that kind of chippy old antique-y stuff goes with my vibe. So yeah, you guys, be resourceful. Do not spend money unless you have to spend money. All right, so I had to spend some money. I needed a sink for the upstairs bathroom. There was a little tiny, small, just hideous, small, 80s produced, maybe fiberglass or something, little sink that didn't have a cabinet to go with it, didn't have a pedestal. It wasn't actually a wall mount. I don't know. But anyways, that wasn't going to work for the upstairs bathroom. But this, what's it, lead or cast iron? This is like a cast iron old sink. This is the pedestal. It's, you know, this is rust. You can get re-enameling kits. And I mean, it might cost $40 to $60 to re-enamel it. But I bought this sink, this pedestal sink, which is also good for a small space, in the time period of this house for $25. So I got this sink for $25, a cast iron sink for $25, okay? So, and the hardware came with it too. And it's from the same neighborhood this house is in. It's a few streets over. And I think her house was built in, I think she said 39. This one was built in 29. I think hers was built in 39 and she was redoing the bathroom. So this is backwards. You turn it around. It's heavy. It's cast iron. But that'll go in the upstairs bathroom and it will be re-enameled and saved. And it's beautiful and precious. Y'all know what else is free? Totally free. Elbow grease and hard work. And that's what it really takes.